Hello there. Hey, this is Dave. I don't know, Dave, whatever. Should have looked first. Anyway, welcome to whatever day this is. It's actually the day after July 4th, July 5th right now. And I just got back from my radiation. So they told me to keep it clean, but I've been having to use ointment and gels on it to keep from itching to death. So a little bit of risk was I put a little bit of pain ointment on it, lidocaine I had for my surgery, and then I wiped it all off after a while. So I was hoping that, you know, by getting a little bit of that into me, I wouldn't be, you know, going nuts down there, especially sitting down there under the radiations. I can't be squirming around. And so anyway, and then going to the bathroom's a lot of hassle. I'm doing the Metamucil twice a day usually. Yeah, most of the time. And it's still, maybe it's my diet, maybe because I'm not eating starch and potatoes, or I'm not sure what it is, but not coming out quite as easily as it used to. I mean, easy enough, but anyway. The chemo, I'll take my, in fact, I was thinking on telling you what it was, just to at least put it on the video one place. They gave me two. They actually gave me two of these pain, or not pain, but nausea medications. And I'm gonna take I only take one a day. I only take it for that first meal in the day. And it's called, let me cover up my prescription information. You can see the bottle. It's this one. So, ondansetron or something. Never heard of it. But anyway, this is the medicine I'm taking, and I take one pill before my upcoming early lunch, my brunch, and because I've already had breakfast this morning. So I'll have I'll take one of these pills, drink some water, maybe even a coffee, because I don't drink coffee before I go down there either, once again, so it's easier to hold it. And then I'll eat my meal, and then I'll wait about 10-15 minutes, and I'll take my chemo, and you know, it's affecting me, but I don't feel like I'm suffering, but my appetite's definitely down. So, when I was at the chemotherapy place, they had a couple in different places. They had these ionizing air filters, and I was asking about them. And they said they liked them, and they said they feel better now that they've got them. So I want to get some, I've been wanting to get something like that. I want to get the one with the ultraviolet kill the germs thing too in it, with the ultraviolet thing in it. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, we need to boost that priority. I've been putting off the vacuum cleaner for a year. I've been talking about getting a vacuum cleaner for a year, but I've been living with a lot of extra dust and stuff around here because I don't have that vacuum cleaner. If I had that vacuum cleaner with the dust attachment to it, I would use that and a lot more than I'm willing to dust. I'm just not a dusting kind of person. It just stirs everything else around the air and it settles somewhere else, so I'm not a big fan of that. My overall health is something bothering me. Remember, because they're shooting the radiation right through my hips, and they said it's going to be burning all the ligaments in my hips. And I've been complaining to my kung fu students about my hips, you know, shrinking up with old age. So my kung fu day is going to be over when I'm done with this, because they're cooking all my ligaments. I don't know how all those things are going to grow back. So I'm a little apprehensive about that, but we'll see. I'll do my best to come back and make a comeback. Rebuild my ligaments? Can they be strengthened? In terms of the Kung Fu, I'm sure I won't have a class tonight. Tonight's the Eventbrite, and I put down no sissy, Tai Chi, and jumping jacks, and I made it sound, you know, like an aggressive workout. Nobody will do it. And so anyway, I haven't had one taker, which is fine, because I honestly thought I wasn't going to be able to teach a class. I was thinking about taking them all down. But to me, it's just kind of fun to see if there's anybody who's going to come out and be a warrior enough to really want to learn Kung Fu and Tai Chi. Okay, so let's see. Yesterday was the 4th of July. I was a little disappointed. My brother Dave called me and said he was waiting on the porch for everybody to get there, his kids and my dad and maybe his ex-wife. And I said, well, call me later when people are there so I can say hi to everybody. And I was waiting for the call, and I remember a couple of times I was going outside and doing stuff like, well, I hope they don't call me while I'm outside. They never call me. When? My brother Dave says one of his kids, I think it's Kyle or something, is supposed to be a musician, or I don't know anything about him. I've never even talked to him. So I don't know anything about him. And so I was a little disappointed he didn't call me. So anyway, if I had one of my if I had a nephew who actually, or a niece who actually looked up to me and wanted my wisdom, I'd be more than happy to be a role model, mentor, helper. But but nobody's asking for my help, not even my own relatives, which is probably good, because they're probably mostly idiots. I don't have one relative in my entire family that actually is a worthwhile friend to me. Not one of them. Yeah, if I look back over the last 40, 50 years, I can't say that any of them, say thank you to any of them, number one. And number two, I can't see how any of them could, well, maybe they could have helped me in little ways, but they didn't want to. So anyway, where was I? I just keep this positive. Today is, in fact, that's why I'm doing this a little early. I have an alarm that goes off every day at 1:11. 1:11, because I used to be in apartment 111 a couple of times in apartment 11. I get 11. I've had 11 in my life. So I've always thought, okay, 11 represents home. That's just my own personal symbolism. So whenever, at 1:11, if I'm in the kitchen and it's 1:11, I think, oh, I'm home, and it just kind of, it's a silly little thing. But, I set the alarm for 1:11 every day. And so at 1:11, what happens is I'm supposed to shoot the video, and then I'm supposed to get some sun. So I'm supposed to get like 15 minutes to an hour of sun every day too. So I'm working on that to be healthy. I obviously don't look too sunned, do I? I'm not getting that much. So what I did was I ordered a chase, one of those things, a cot actually. But it's one of those ones that's meant to be like a chase. It folds up in different positions so you can sit in it. But it's really a cot. And I thought, well, that might be better, because if I have company, I might need a cot. So, and plus I could lay down and do my sunbathing, because that's how I used to sunbathe, is go to the beach, lay down in the sand and just, I didn't sleep, but close my eyes and they'd be glowing red, turn over after a while. And then I'd keep one key, and I'd keep that tied onto my laces or something. And then I'd have everything in my car. I wouldn't keep my wallet in my beach towel, I'd keep that in the car. So anyway, that's how I used to get sun. So today, anyway, I'm anxious to get this done. I'm getting it done before my brunch. I'm getting this video done early, because I'm on video 10. I finally figured out Premiere Pro. I finally figured it out. You just got to cross that hurdle, of getting to it. And it took me like a week of making a mistake. Well, actually, it was totally my fault. Not totally my fault. This one program that I was using has some sort of a scripting to it so that it moves. And what I did was I lengthened it, because I wanted it to go for longer, and I made it a little shorter. I wanted it to go shorter. And by changing the time of it, I think I totally screwed up the scripting. And so that's why it was taking hours to reprogram the scripting for it. That's my best guess, because since I've taken that thing out, all the videos process in about 5 minutes. Not 5 hours. So, geez, 5 hours just for that little scrapbook intro. That thing really messed me up. But it was an interesting experience, and I did it. And experience is a big thing for me right now, because I got to learn how to use Adobe Premiere and Logic. I'm getting better at Logic, the recording studio program. Yeah, and Kung Fu Cowboy. Thinking, put my hat on it. Sometimes I kind of just like my hair. Being messy. But anyway, I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'm going to put my hat on as soon as I feel it. And I'm starting to feel it. I'm the Kung Fu Cowboy again. So I'm coming back. I'll start wearing my hat in these videos. Oh, real quickly, when we got here from Lao Tzu. What can he do to make us smarter? Well, number 10 here says, natural... Did I say that too loud? Natural leadership is by example and balanced patterns. Remember, I just said I'd like to be a role model to my nieces and nephews, but they don't seem to have any interest in me. One of them called me many years ago, like 15 years ago, when I was in Tahunga, DJ Junior, I think, and he was going to USC. I told him, "Oh, come up here and come up for dinner, come meet the family and stuff." And he was there for maybe 1 year. I don't know if he was there for 2 years, but he never visited us. He never came by or nothing. So, you know, he had his chance. We invited him, and he could have come by. He could have had kung fu classes and all kinds of stuff and done stuff. But anyway, so I'm not a role model for any of my relatives as far as I know. Resisting natural progress creates conflicts, which are revealed as internal or external disturbances. More is accomplished by directing natural patterns than by forcefully changing the course of a river. Yeah, you see, and that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to change the course of a river in terms of keeping my kids in my life. They were flowing a different direction, and trying to keep them, you know, mixed in with my stream was just wasn't a good idea. I mean, if I would have forced them to, it would have just been, wouldn't have worked. I mean, I thought it could work, and I wish it would have worked, and it would have been cool if it worked, but now I don't think it would have. So, anyway, you got to learn as you go. But yeah, all these mistakes I make, because I don't have any good role models. I don't have any good mentors. Mentors. I don't have anybody to look up to for advice on all this stuff. So, I've had to look up to all the masters and collect my advice from them and kind of like put it. I used to say during the 70s that Marcus Aurelius was my father, because I read the Meditations about 2-3 times back in the 70s. I started to read them again a year ago. I was very disappointed. I realized, wow, I've outgrown Marcus Aurelius. He was a big role model for me in the 70s. But when I was reading him now a year ago, I was thinking, wow, I've gone farther than Marcus Aurelius. I understand things that he doesn't seem to understand, and I was able to actually, like I said, I'm actually, well, I don't know about smarter, but wiser, perhaps, than Marcus Aurelius. And so that was a big thing. And I started really, I can't really use him as my role model now, because he's leading me backwards. I had progressed past some of his, because he had family problems he never resolved. And I've kind of resolved mine better than he did. And I've come up with, I think, better explanations, even before my 5 soul theory. But with my 5 soul theory, I understand everything. But but yeah, he's not my, I mean, he'll always be an influence, and I recommend him to anybody. Because like I said, it took me how many decades? It took me 30, 40 years to be as wise as him. So, so anyway, yeah, so forcefully changing the course of a river. Well, natural leadership is by example. Unfortunately, I had natural leadership, and that's what I did, was I raised my kids by natural leadership, and that created a beautiful harmony. We got along well, and things did work really well, and my kids, really progressed. They did better physically, they did better emotionally, they did better intellectually, they did better socially, spiritually. They were at their highest levels, and that was way cool. And I was doing it through natural leadership and example. But then, boom, they took me out of their life, and all of their natural leaderships and examples were a bunch of idiots and fools and very stupid people in both of their worlds. I mean, there isn't anybody in either of my kids' worlds who I would recommend as a role model, a mentor, a guide, a counselor, a leader, and anything. So they went from me to hanging out with idiots and harmonizing with idiots. And that's what both my kids did. And they wanted to become common, normal, idiotic people. Well, maybe idiotic's a little rough, but we'll say common people. So both my kids are common people. That's it. So they had 10 years with me, to become artists, and then they had 10 years with dumb people to learn how to be common, and they had a choice. They could have come to me. They had all these years. They could have come back to me, but they've definitely chosen not to come back. So, but it did work. It did work. I was, through my leadership and examples, I was able to have a really good family for a while. As long as they were forced to obey me, there wasn't really an option. We had a really great life. But now that there's no reason they have to obey me or anything, it's possible I could never see them. I might never see them again, but I'm sure I will, because I'm planning to live a long time now, or at least a lot longer. I think I'm going to beat this cancer. I really do. Well, I do now. I didn't, because I've been reserving my optimism, because I'm not a fool. I'm not an idiot. When I'm optimistic, it's because I see the possibility of it. but so sometimes I'll just kind of ignore the other things. As long as I can see the possibility of it, I'll be optimistic. But seeing the possibility of getting through this wasn't enough for me this time. So I have not been so optimistic. All right. So anyway, I'm being optimistic now, and I'm getting my dreams back. But I am still going to form that foundation, and in fact, when I started this chemo podcast, it was going to be the creation of this American Zen Foundation, because I don't know how long I'm going to live. And so this American Zen Foundation is what's going to help live me. So hopefully I can get everything together, in time before I do go. And it's not that I fear death, it's just very inconvenient. I don't want it. I don't want death right now. It's really bad time for me to die. It's as simple as that. It's very impractical. Most people don't have anything to do with their time. They haven't done anything in the last 10 years. They won't do anything in the next 10 years. But that's not the case with me, obviously.
You got your problems, I got mine. You got $1, I got a dime. You got a family, I wish I had mine. You got a home, I'm committing a crime. I'm sleeping on the street, in my car in the cold and heat. Part-time job's all I find, searching for my peace of mind. Sleeping with the stars. We're not homeless, we have cars. I need a financial injection to complete my scorpion resurrection. My Buddha Kung Fu with Shaolin Mantis, along with Tai Chi Youth, a playground in Atlantis. The Cowboy clan was a wife and 2 kids, but now their religion, singing with me, forbids. No, I'm not blaming the economy. I'm done shaming those who deserted me. I got resentment for some relatives who failed to help or offer a place to live. Sleeping with the stars. We're not homeless, we have cars. I need a financial injection to complete my scorpion resurrection. Now I see the blessing of what could have been much worse. If I'd let them support me, their advice would be my curse. Parents want peace of mind when they go to bed each night. So for their security, they know what's right. As I look back on the choices made, my parents only see how much I've paid. I haven't lived my life for money. I've been singing songs and writing poetry. I'm a man of multiple identities. I don't think you ever see all of me. I am who I want to be. Can you say the same? Are you really free? Sleeping with the stars. We're not homeless, we have cars. I need a financial injection to complete my scorpion resurrection.